Peace and blessings, Israel. First and foremost, want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called Coors Shooting Massacre in Milwaukee reminds us life is too short. Let me say it again, man. The name of the word tonight is Coors Shooting Massacre in Milwaukee reminds us life is too short, man. Here in Milwaukee, the last 24 hours have been pretty much a circus, a news outlet circus. CNN, MSNBC, all the national news outlets as far as, and also with the local news, is covering this tragedy that happened here yesterday here in Milwaukee, man. For a lot of people that's not familiar with Milwaukee, me and my bro, we talk about it all the time, man. Milwaukee is not just a city full of cheesehead fans and beer drinking white people. Okay, Milwaukee is way more. It's way more to Milwaukee than that. And what am I saying? Here in Milwaukee, man, this is a very dangerous city, man. A very dangerous city. And, when you live here, you already know what it is. But someone that's not from Milwaukee, they have no idea just how dangerous it really is here, man. And what you see on the screen, man, is the murder scene outside of Coors, where the shooting massacre occurred yesterday, where it was a total of 6 people that were murdered, including the gunman, I should say. Very, very, very unfortunate situation, man. But let me just say it to you like this, man. I'm going to talk a little bit, then we're going to come out with some scriptures and close this word out, man. Look at it this way. All 6 victims, including the gunman, they all woke up yesterday morning and expected that their day would go like any other work day, which is what human nature trains us to be. You get up, go to work, do what you normally do. You look forward to coming home to your loved ones. Talk about how good your day was or how long your day was, whatever the case may be. It's a regular day for you. But what these victims didn't know was that yesterday, none of them would make it home, man. And that's why, this situation reminds us just how fragile, just how short life really is, man. It's not a guarantee, fellas. It's not a guarantee, man. When you leave your home and go to work, it's not guaranteed you're going to make it back home, okay? So what am I really saying, man? From now on, we're no longer going to say, hey, babe, see you when I get home from work. Or you tell the kids, hey, I'll see you when I get home from work. What we need to be saying and our thought process needs to be, Lord willing, I'll see you when I get home from work, if the Lord allows that. You see, the number one element in the life that we live should be fearing the Lord. It's necessary and it's mandatory, man. Life is literally short, man. You see. Now, out of these 6 people, including the gunman, they all were employees at Coors, okay? And it's a lot of different stories in pertaining to what really happened here. But let's just put it to you like this way, man. The gunman was a 51-year-old individual, Anthony Farrell, I believe. He was a 20-year he was an electrician on the job for 20 years, man, and apparently, from various people, sources, they stated that this guy was being bullied, man, and he just couldn't take it no more. Even if that's the case, I don't think that taking the route that he take is going to solve that issue, man. Speaking of the gunman, it leads me to it segue me into the next situation. Okay, just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to get to the scriptures. Just let me just finish the foundation of this word, man. The shooter was a 51-year-old electrician on the job 20 years. I think he only needed 5 more years before he could literally retire and get his pension. And he was apparently being bullied, mocked, and hey, he lost it, man. He eventually lost it, okay? He had been having problems, and it didn't start yesterday. It was problems over a few years, unresolved problems, and it spilled over to what ended up happening yesterday, man. Life is short, man. And let me tell you this, some people are very dangerous today. Some people not only are very dangerous today, but they are a serious threat to society, and they are a serious threat to the workplaces, man. You see? And Anthony Farrell, I believe, if I'm pronouncing his name right, he is one of those people, man, that was unknowingly very dangerous, a serious threat, man, to his workplace. Okay? And not only that, man, there's a massive amount of walking time bombs amongst us today. And the sad part about it, most people are clueless to this fact. Just like at Coors, they were clueless to the fact that there was a walking time bomb in their vicinity, man. Now, those might ask, what's a walking time bomb? A walking time bomb is an erratic and totally unpredictable person that's set to explode and become extremely dangerous in the very near future, man. And the walking time bomb that we're talking about is the gunman in this shooting, man, at Coors. It's just a matter of what's going to detonate that bomb to going off, man. And Coors is a prime example of that regarding the gunman. He was a time bomb waiting to explode, and when he was fired, that detonated that bomb to where he exploded and eventually blacked out, man. Cold, man. But see, let me tell you, man, the perfect cure to anger, the perfect cure to hatred, the perfect cure to retaliation, the perfect cure to war and bloodshed is love and peace, man. And the world is so lacking love and peace, man. Even the gunmen. People today are lacking love and peace, man. It's just a shame, man. People, when it comes to jobs and it comes to careers, it means more today to people than it ever has meant before. In the past, man, jobs are exchangeable. You lose a job, no big deal. You get another good job tomorrow. But today, man, jobs and careers mean more today to people than ever before. And when you affect someone's livelihood, it's a wrap. And that's what happened today in this Miller Coors incident, man. You affect someone's livelihood, they're going to go postal, a.k.a. zapping out, man. And I'm not saying it's right, but this is, we have to be aware of some people that we are dealing with look regular, sound regular, talk regular, smile, laugh with you. But at the same time, they are a walking time bomb waiting to explode, man. Now think about it, man. I'm going to ask you this, and then we're going to come out with some scriptures, and now we're going to close this word out, man. When it comes to a person that can potentially go postal, when it comes to a person that can potentially zap out, when it comes to a person potentially being a walking time bomb, right? My question to you is, how can you identify that before it show its face? That's the $1 million question tonight. How can you identify a walking time bomb before it show its face? How can you identify someone that can go postal before they show their face? Cold-blooded, right? Listen, man. In Proverbs 90:7, it says, "For we are consumed by thine anger, and by thy wrath we are troubled." And listen, man, Miller Coors was consumed by the gunman's anger, and by his wrath they were troubled, man. Yeah, man. Cold-blooded, man. In Proverbs 27:4, it says, "Wrath is cruel, and anger is outrageous. Who is able to stand before envy?" Now, the two main words I want to speak about, it says wrath is cruel. And that's exactly what the gunman came with, wrath. And it says, and anger is outrageous. And this man's anger was outrageous. Obviously, look where he took it, man. He took it way left, man, way left. In James 4:14, it says, "Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life?" is the question. It says, "It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away." In other words, man, you don't even know what tomorrow will bring, what your life will be. For you are like smoke that appears for a little while, then vanish. You see that? Life is short, man. It's short, man. I'm telling you. Like I said before, man, one of the best cures for anger, hatred, animosity, war, beef, strife, murder, the best antidote is not only love, but also peace, man. Peace is just something you can't put a price on. But if you can inherit the spirit of peace, man, you're not going to ever really see these type of bloodsheds that's taking place, man. And speaking of peace, in Romans 12:18, it tells you what? If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. You see that? So even when you got coworkers, people that you work with, whether you got a conflict or a misunderstanding, or you're not seeing eye to eye pertaining to something on the job, pertaining to something that's happening, man, if it be possible, as much lieth in you, live peaceably with all men, even those on your job, man. Yeah. And we're going to close this word out in Matthew 5:11, because it's been whispers that this guy was being bullied. They were racially mocking him with a noose on his, they put a noose rope on his locker, allegedly, a couple years ago. And he never forgave him for that, and he never got his just due for that, completely. And, word is they were mocking this guy. They were mocking him, man. And the scripture speaks about that in Matthew 5:11, man. It says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake," man. And I think Anthony Farrow, he got caught up in that. He got caught up into people allegedly mocking him, persecuting him, lying about him, saying all type of evil things about him, allegedly. The scriptures say, "Blessed are you." When people do that to you, man, there's no need to retaliate and take it where you took it. This man worked his shift and got off at 2 p.m. and allegedly was fired at the end of his shift at 2 p.m. and around about 2:12, he was already retaliating. That time bomb, that walking time bomb we talked about. When he was fired, it detonated, man. And it just went left from there. What am I saying as we get ready to close out this word, man? You never know, okay, that you have a walking time bomb amongst you. You just never know, man. So what am I saying, man? Especially on the workplace, man. If it's possible, live peaceably, man, among all people, man. Just try to be in peace, man, because if you rub the wrong person the wrong way and you make it a habit of doing this to a person, you never know how far you're going to drive them to where until they black out, until they explode. And when the man allegedly got fired yesterday, that detonated that bomb and he exploded and blacked out, man. It's a sad, sad, sad situation. I wouldn't wish this on an enemy, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. And once again, man, what's the name of the lesson, man? Coors shooting massacre in Milwaukee reminds us that life is too short, man. I hope we learn from this, man. And like I said, for everybody that's not familiar with what's going on in Milwaukee, hey, man, it's a real extreme demonic devilish spirit, man, that got Jake going crazy up in this camp, man. I'm telling y'all, you do not want to be in Milwaukee right now. It's a very demonic vibration going on in this city, man. And only me and my brother can see it with our spiritual eyes. And most people, even in this city, is clueless to this, man. Shalom.